Good afternoon. Today we will study about the presentation of tense as the second role of a verb from the perfect tense. The perfect tense is applied in the clause to describe the experience of a subject to make the definition of the past participle actualize more than once. The speaker states a clause in the perfect tense on the two premises to identify an experience. The speaker supposes that the experience actualizes during a period, and the definition of the verb as one of the forms among descriptions whose origin of the word is the same as the past participle actualizes more than once during the period. The speaker who describes the definition of the past participle actualized more than once should state about the entire period to include every experience during the period from the point in the time when the initial experience starts to the point in time when the speaker declares the last experience ends in the clause. So we can think of the three sorts of the perfect tense. The past perfect tense is for the experience from the far point in the past to the close point in the past. The present perfect tense is for an experience from a point in the past to the present, and the future perfect tense that the speaker focuses on the completion of the experience in the future is for the experience from an unspecified point in time to a point in the future. So the speaker to state a clause in the perfect tense sets the premise to deal with a period. There are two examples. Number one, I have gone to Paris. Number two, I have been to Paris. The intransitive verbs go and be are converted to the past participles gone and been to describe the intransitive verb have, to describe how the experience of the speaker as the subject is in each clause stated in the present perfect tense. These two clauses describe the experiences of the speaker as the subject during a period. The speaker in the first clause has actualized the action indicated by the intransitive verb go that originates from the same root as the past participle gone. And the speaker as a subject in the second clause has actualized the condition to exist from the definition of the intransitive verb be that originates from the same root as the past participle being. The speaker describes the experience about the action of himself as the subject, heading to the object of the preposition to, which is indicated by the proper noun Paris. The speaker in the second clause describes the basal condition of himself as the subject from the existence, heading to the object indicated by the proper noun Paris during the period when the experience of the speaker as the subject lasts. The speaker orients his existence to the object indicated by the proper noun Paris as the object of the preposition to, while the speaker exists during the period for the experience. The speaker as the subject sets the purpose with the object Paris defined by the identity. So the speaker in the first clause during the period may actualize an action from the definition of the intransitive verb go, and there is an orientation of the action by the will of Jesus Christ. The speaker actualizes the definition of the intransitive verb go, heading to the object of the preposition to, indicated by the proper noun Paris, and the speaker as the subject in the second clause can move or be standing at a place because the speaker is described to exist during the period. This can be understood from the fact that the definition of the intransitive verb be is inclusive, which is applicable to describe the basal condition of the subject. The speaker describes the experience that the speaker acts with the orientation toward the object indicated by the noun Paris more than once until the present, when the speaker declares that the experience is complete. The action of the speaker as a subject is declared to be complete at the present because this clause is stated in the present perfect tense. The form of the intransitive verb have reveals the accordance between the present, when the speaker declares the completion of the experience, and conveys the clause to the listeners in the conversation. The listeners can think of the experience of the speaker moving on a way, like one of the transportation toward the object with this clause. Transportation is introduced for the speaker to actualize the action during the period as the experience in this explanation. Transportation is classified as an abstract noun, as one of the collective noun. Each speaker can define the abstract noun transportation with various vehicles. the phrase "one of the transportation to this are one from a group" may be accorded to the definition of the speaker for the abstract noun transportation. From the definition of the speaker to the collective noun transportation, the group can include a bus, a bicycle, a subway, and an electric car. The group to define the collective noun transportation can be various in the speakers of the linguistic group, but the speaker can reveal the exact intent to pick one out of the group from the subjective definition of the collective noun transportation. The speaker describes the experience that the speaker ever exists with the orientation toward the object indicated by the noun Paris more than once until the present, when the speaker declares that the experience is complete. The form of the intransitive verb have reveals that this clause is stated in the present tense. The application of the past participle to specify the definition of the intransitive verb have reveals that this clause is stated in the present perfect tense as a subclassification of the present tense. Compared to the first exemplary clause, "I have gone to Paris," this clause conveys more inclusive intention because the existence of the speaker is the primary premise of the action. This clause describes the existence of the speaker as the subject during the period for the experience, and the existence of the speaker is a description that is very general. So the speaker applies the preposition to and the object of the preposition Paris to specify the existence of the speaker during the period for the experience. The listeners can think of the experience that the speaker with a static or kinetic condition orients to the object.